Aren't we all like a huge fan? Are you used to this?
There you go. I see you. I don't get a lot of this because I don't live in Los Angeles proper. We moved away a few years ago. I'm a dad. I say, really anybody could be a dad, so you don't really have to clap by that. But I always say this, I'm a husband first, a dad second, actor third. So my day revolves around, making sure my wife is good, making sure the kids are good, and then I go to work for a little bit, I come back, but I mean, it's all about like kids sports and just being dad.
A human, the reality of it all.
I feel so blessed that I have a job and I get to do what I do because I love what I do, but I see myself, thank you, but I just see myself as a husband and a father, and that's my day. Like, they could care less what I do. Right? Like my wife has no idea. She had no idea what I did when we met. She knew my co-star on another show, on a show that I was on. It was called Raising the Bar, and she knew one of the co-stars. And she didn't even know that I was on the show because her friend was on the show. She was like, "Yeah, you were in the way." I was like fast forwarding to see my friend. And you just happened to be the guy that was on a lot, so I had to fast forward through. But she had no idea who it was,
So she had no idea that you were like everybody's crush.
I wasn't her crush.
No? How does that make you feel? Like, come on. What do you think when you look back at that?
I look at that and I go, that was a lifetime ago, right? And a lot of that I don't remember because it was at a point in my life where I wasn't sentimental about anything. So, I didn't start stealing props from jobs that you're working on. Like, there's certain jobs that you're working on, you're like, I'm gonna take that. It's like that'll remind me of this situation that I've been in or this experience that I'm in. But I took nothing from that other than I met these people and the relationships that we still have, that's what we took from it. We were children and we never thought that this show would become what it did.
Wow.
Years and years later.
Wow.
This was a Saturday morning show.
Oh, I know, you don't have to tell me.
No, but I'm saying it was a Saturday morning show that we didn't know that people were watching because who watched television on Saturday morning? You watched cartoons and we didn't have social media and we didn't have metrics to tell you, like, the only way that we knew we were popular, we'd go to mall tours. And we would go there and 2,000 people would show up. And at a mall, that was like, wow, we're popular. And then you would, sign for a few hours or you do car shows. That was like a big thing too, like back then is that you do, because they didn't have Comic-Cons back then. So you didn't have this barometer to let you know how successul you were.
I am in awe right now because I'm like, dude, I get to do a lot of stuff. I get to be Zach from Saved by the Bell. Are you serious? That's what I see. So, I mean, you've been famous since you were a kid. What advice would you give to your younger self?
Well, I took my own advice. I never took anything for granted, right? Well, even when I was working on Saved by the Bell, I realized how fortunate this was to be doing something that we love to do. I like being in front of a camera. I like playing characters. I like performing. So I never took it for granted. One of the things I do regret that I didn't do was have a higher education. I think when I decided that I was going to become an actor, I kind of put education behind me, and I thought I'll get to it. There's another point. I don't have to go to school right now. I'll go a little bit later. And what happened was life started happening, and I got married very young, and I had kids, and things change. But I wish I had sort of pushed myself harder to get a higher education.
Okay, we're gonna take that.
I'll take that though.